I am back to read another one of my favorite stories because I only read my favorite books. This one's called A House is a House for Me, and it's by Marianne Helberman and illustrated by Betty Frazier. It is a story about all the kinds of houses in our world. Animal houses, insect houses, people houses, houses for animals in the sea, and things, houses for things too. It also, I like it because it's very lyrical, it's musical, it has a cadence to it and a rhythm to it, and it rhymes. See if you can pick up on that too. Let's get started. A hill is a house for an ant. A hive is a house for a bee. A hole is a house for a mole or a mouse. Can you see all those? Bees and ants and moles and mice. And a house is a house for me. A web is a house for a spider. A bird builds its nest in a tree. There's nothing as snug as a bug in a rug. And a house is a house for me. What kind of house do you see over here? Do you have a tree house? Have you ever been in one? And on this side, look, there's the spider and the eggs and that snug bug. And over here, have you ever made a house from boxes? I have with my grandchildren. A coop, that's a house for a chicken. A sty, that's a house for a sow. A fold, that's where sheep all gather to sleep. A barn, that's a house for a cow. It's also, of course, a house for a horse. Now let's see if you can find all those things behind the big sheep. You see the barn back there, and cows, and horses, and sheep. And I also see something else here. Do you see a dog? A kennel's a house for a dog. A dog is a house for a flea. But when a dog strays, a flea sometimes stays, and then it may move in on me. He's scratching because he has a flea on him. Fleas are very tiny bugs, and they jump. Houses for rabbits are hutches. A house for a mule is a shed. A castle's a house for a duchess. A bedbug beds down in a bed. You see those mules and all kinds of things up here. Do you see all those rabbits? And over here, and I see an instrument here. Do you know what that is? It could be a banjo. Mosquitoes like mud holes or puddles. Whales need an ocean or sea. A fish or a snake may make do with a lake, but a house is a house for me. And there we have the big whales. They need a huge ocean, right? Got mosquitoes here, and what do you see over here? And on this side, what kind of a house is he in? Looks like he made a house out of an umbrella at the beach. And here is a special type of crab called a horseshoe crab. A shell is a dwelling for shellfish, for oysters and lobsters and clams. Each snail has a shell and each turtle as well, but not any lions or lambs. Lions live out in the open, and monkeys live up in a tree. Hippos live down by a river. Now what do you know about me? See how many animals you can find in this picture. All the animals we talked about. Do you see the monkeys and hippos over here? An igloo is a house for an Eskimo. A teepee is a house for a Cree. A pueblo is a house for a Hopi. And a wigwam may hold a Mohi. There's all those different kinds of houses. This looks like a tent, right? And this is made out of ice. A garage is a house for a car or a truck. A hangar is a house for a plane. A dock or a slip is a house for a ship, and a terminal's house for a train. See, even trains and cars have houses. A husk is a house for a corn ear. A pot is a place for a pea. A nutshell is a hut for a hickory nut. But what is a shelter for me? You see the corn over here? And what kind of a house is he making now? Looks like a tablecloth, right? It's under the table. Can you see his little bear? A glove is a house for a hand, a hand. A stocking's a house for a knee. A shoe or a boot is a house for a foot, and a house is a house for me. What kind of house is he building there? Shoveling out some snow, and look who's burrowed underneath, trying to stay warm under the snow. A box is a house for a tea bag. A teapot's a house for some tea. If you pour me a cup, I'll drink it all up. Then the tea house will turn into me. I see some gingerbread cookies on this table here. And this picture reminds me of another story. Have you heard of Alice in Wonderland? And this looks like the Mad Hatter and the hare, and that looks like Alice to me. Cartons are houses for crackers. Castles are houses for kings. The more that I think about houses, the more things are houses for things. I see a birdhouse up here. Can you see the bird cage? And if you get started in thinking, I think you will find it is true that the more that you think about houses for things, the more things are houses to you. I see a mitt that's a house for a baseball, and a box that's a house for a present, and a bowl that's a house for a salad. How about this one up here? A kangaroo. Can you look inside and see there's a baby in there? Kangaroo babies are called joeys. So a kangaroo is a house for a joey. Barrels are houses for pickles, and bottles are houses for jam. A pot is a spot for potatoes. A sandwich is home for some ham. Have you ever gotten to pick out a pickle from a big jar like that? Big container? I used to do that with my mommy. Oh, it's a barrel of pickles. The cookie jar is home to the cookies. The bread box is home to the bread. My coat is a house for my body. My hat is a house for my head. Do you have a cookie jar at home? Perhaps I have started far-fetching. Perhaps I am stretching things some. A mirror is a house for reflections. A throat is a house for a hum. But once you get started in thinking, you think and you think and you think. How pockets are houses for pennies, and pens can be houses for ink. I see a lot of clowns here. I wonder what clowns are housing. Peaches are houses for peach pits, and sometimes are houses for worms. How trash cans are houses for garbage, and garbage make houses for germs. I see a lot of garbage here, don't you? And I see some peaches. Yeah, sometimes worms hide in food. They hide in apples or peaches. What else do you see here? You see a clock. How about a shoe? And envelopes, earmuffs, and eggshells, and bathrobes, and baskets, and bins, and brag bags, and rubbers, and roasters, and tablecloths, toasters, and pins. This looks like a pan is a house for a turkey. And shoes are houses for feet. And earmuffs are houses for ears. And once you get started in thinking this way, it seems that whatever you see is either a house or it lives in a house, and a house is a house for me. Looks like this wheelbarrow may be a house for some dirt right now. And I see a tent back here. And remember that barn we saw earlier? And where is that dog hiding? Do you see the dog? And do you know what this word is? It's private. Do you know what private means? It means keep out. So I think somebody's hiding in the private space. A book is a house for a story. A rose is a house for a smell. My head is a house for a secret I never will tell. Sometimes you blow out your candles and make a wish, but don't tell anyone. Of flowers at home in a garden, a donkey at home in a stall. I see a lot of flowers here. I see yellow flowers and peach-colored flowers. And do you see the donkey? Each creature that's known has a house of its own, and the earth is a house for us all. Look at all those animals. Everything in the earth has a house. Now, when you go out taking your walk with your mom or your dad or your grandparents, try to find houses. Maybe you'll find that a leaf is a house for a bug, or a log is a house. What do you think might live in a log? On your walk next time, look for the different kinds of houses. This is Angela, the Italian Grandmama. Thank you for having reading time with me. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Follow me here on YouTube. And you can find me at theitaliangrandmama.com. Ciao.